welcome all 8th grade families, our faculty who have done such a wonderful job in the middle school students, and of course, the 8th graders. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about your class, how kind you are to others, what kind of genuine leaders you are. And here you are, we're all together. And though I don't like to call it graduation, because really the school only has one of those, it is both an ending and the mark of a beginning today. You are finishing your elementary years and beginning high school, and figuring out what you are going to be when you grow up. You've heard that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? A million times, I'm sure. And in many ways, next year and in the years to come are really the start of you trying to figure that out. Up until now, school and life are training for you and how you're going to live and function in society. You know, you're taught to walk in lines and how to be a student in school, how to clean and take care of yourself, how to write, how to read, how to live within a family. But from now on, the question is really more about you and your impact on the world. You know, I don't know if you've noticed, and I have a friend who attended one of these college graduations, but there's this new trend going on where millionaire businessmen give graduates money. You've seen this? They give actual cash sometimes as every class member crosses the stage, or sometimes they promise to pay for all the students' college loans and so that they graduate not owing anything. Have you guys seen this? I probably should break it to you, that's not going to happen today. I don't happen to be a millionaire, but also it's just not that appropriate for us today. But each of these giveaways have been very interesting from my perspective, and they each have a message of expectation. I'm sure you can guess the context. When they're giving money away, they are not saying, go, take this money and do whatever you feel like. You know, it's yours, you go spend it on yourself. You deserve to indulge. Better yet, use it as a seed money for your career. Get to work on figuring out what you want to be when you grow up. In fact, none of these self-made millionaires who are giving away all this money are saying anything like that. They're saying, take this money, use it as this boost that I'm giving you to go do something good in your community. Give it to someone who needs it, because now that you are receiving this amazing education, who better to give the money to than someone who can make a difference in the world? So the message really is to these college graduates, ask yourself who you are going to be instead of what you are going to be when you grow up. And that may be, in fact, the most important question really in your life. So I recommend to you, you can start paying attention to who you want to be right now. And start following some of the advice that you hear about. Are you going to be the kind of person who is out for themselves to make themselves look better? They even need to be mean to other people? Or are you going to be someone who caters to other people's needs and expectations, sacrificing what you think is right? Or are you going to be the kind of person who reaches across differences, who seeks to bolster others as you work to improve yourself? The question really is one of choosing the quality of your life. And odd as it is, as a 13 or 14-year-old, you may have much more control over that experience than you believe. So start this summer thinking about the path you want to take so you can be the kind of person you want to be. And you will be more ready for upper school than any other kind of skills preparation in athletics or music or academics can possibly prepare you for. Best of luck. I look forward to welcoming you across the quad next fall.
Middle school. Where to even begin? Suddenly, we got catapulted out of our comfy lower school haven and became very mature middle schoolers. This higher status became a burden for some. Responsibility is no longer just some word engraved on the school walls, and the gravity of grades greatly increases. In this race to the finish line, or for some, just the weekend, there are many roadblocks. Scheduling, tornadoes every other day, sports, classes, extracurricular activities. At times, it can feel hard to balance it all, and you can quickly find yourself getting anxious and stressed under the weight of your own decisions. And all at the same time, middle school is incredible. It's a way to branch out and discover new talents you might not have seen otherwise. It's a prime opportunity to have fun, while at the same time growing as people on our journey of self-discovery. And now, as we prepare for the transition to upper school, let's look back on the past 3 years of our lives. Our journey starts in the 6th grade. Much of the camaraderie from the prior year remained, and friend groups were still tightly linked together. Homework and project increased in numbers, and for the first time, we had to start developing study skills and work-life balance. Even with the new responsibilities, there was still lots of room for fun. The business fair, naval battle, and numerous field trips made 6th grade a memorable experience for many, despite being the last to leave assembly. 7th grade was very different. The work ranked up by a large margin, putting your preparation skills to the test. Balancing work quickly became a struggle, and good old reliable procrastination became a deadly vice. Not only this, but people were starting to change as rapidly as the General Tso's chicken recipe. The friend groups drifted apart and came back together without much notice, creating a rough sea for lonely sailors in search of a crew. All of a sudden, your academic and athletic abilities become some of your defining traits to others, and the desire to please all of those judging eyes becomes imminent. I recall doing many stupid things to gain the friendship of others, often without success. With all of this in mind, it was easy to overlook all of the new opportunities brought about by 7th grade. Houston Woods, field trips, and Oregon Day are just a few of the great times we had. I specifically remember banding together with my roommates to purchase an unreasonable amount of rubber ducks from the Houston Woods claw machine. Many became much more preoccupied with academics and extracurriculars, and free time was scarce to come by. Sports teams and all sorts of teams formed strong bonds, and teamwork became a large part of our daily lives. In 8th grade, the DC trip and other projects only brought us closer together as a class, still leaving plenty of room for friendly competition. Our time in middle school has flown by, and now we have reached the end of our journey. While this may be the end of middle school, it is just the beginning of the quest for the best. Now that we have reached the end of our journey through middle school, what will we take away from it? What will we remember when we graduate high school and go off to college or the world? Middle school has taught me some major lessons that I will take with me as I continue my journey. I discovered that you are not identified by letters on papers. You should take your academics seriously, but please leave some room for creativity and ingenuity. One of the significant points of middle school is branching out and discovering yourself. If you take this path and continue being imaginative and creative, you might just find out who you want to be along the way. Creativity and ingenuity, after all, are what allow us to progress as a community. The next thing I will take with me is the view of the other people in my life. In middle school, you can often find that a friend has hurt you, but that you might have hurt someone in a way you never intended. I've been in this situation, and it can feel like you have something dragging your spirits down. If you try to work things out though, I think you'll find that if we strip away our prejudice, we will find that everyone is just a person, striving to be the very best version of themselves. Everyone in our community is at a different stage in their life, and we all have different experiences and knowledge. Everyone makes mistakes, but if we can make our community a better, more inclusive place for everyone. One last lesson that I have learned, that you should enjoy every second of your time here. There is so much fun to be had in middle school, so much that I can barely condense it all into this speech. I know for a fact that when we go off to college, memories of middle school will consist of the connections we made, the lessons we've learned. Notice that not one of these is the Pythagorean theorem. You should probably remember that too, though. Remember that our time together is limited, so let's savor every moment we're given. Now, I have some advice to offer to the grade school of us. To the 6th graders, remember to try new things. Don't be scared by the challenges that may await you. Remember, this is your time to discover yourself and make mistakes along the way. To the 7th graders, make sure you take your academics seriously, but also enjoy your time. Next year, you will enter the home stretch of middle school, and it will fly by quickly. Savor every moment with your friends, and keep a good work-life balance. And finally, to my fellow 8th graders, we did it. I cannot wait to go through high school with this wonderful group of people. Lastly, I would like to take a moment to thank the incredible state administration. I would not be where I am today without this wonderful group of dedicated people there to assist me every step of the way. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, everyone. If someone were to ask me what my favorite place in the middle school is, I wouldn't give a typical answer, such as the circular resting areas indented into the stairs from the office that always reminded me of a family of bubbles. My 6th grade social studies classroom with its big, tall windows that panned from the ceiling to the floor that made me feel like I was learning inside of an aquarium. The middle school library and its endless shelves that I could take a book out of, like plucking apples from a tree. These places are all great, but my favorite place was far more personal and, let me be honest, a little less grand compared to the rest. My locker. My wonderful locker. My own little pocket sealed with a hickory round door and 4 digits of my birthday. My locker, my temporary hiding place that concealed me from going through the task of going to PE, was the spot where all my friends gathered before school and after the bell rings, where they rushed me to pack faster so we can catch the bus. My locker, my secondary home, is decorated with various stickers I collected throughout the year, a garden gnome graciously gifted to me on Christmas, and my schedule, taped on the door with scribbled hearts and stars drawn on by my friends. The clutter of pop quizzes, ice packs, empty tissue boxes, and a C+ math test greeted me at 7:40 a.m. when I walked into school and bid me farewell every day at 3:20 when I left. My locker welcomed me when I needed to quickly solve about a failed science test, or the countless times I rummaged in my backpack to find my calculator. My locker kept flutes, clarinets, trumpets, a ukulele, and even a kazoo. And just like that, I'll be saying goodbye to my locker after 3 unforgettable years in middle school. I only wish I could have realized the significance of the simple things in my life before it would eventually slip out of my fingers, such as the ordinary item of a locker and the habitual act of opening the door and typing in the password. I wish I could have realized the beauty of what I had rather than sulking about what I didn't. I wish I could focus more on making efforts instead of playing a game of chance with the things that I cannot control. When I think of middle school, I know counting my tickets from the business fair, getting my boat flipped over during naval battle, meeting my best friend for the first time, and singing the national anthem on the bus to Washington, D.C. The memories that shape each and every one of us are not of our mistakes or various failures, but in moments where we built each other up and acted from the kindness of our hearts. Middle school has taught me many miscellaneous things, ranging from the Oxford comics and memorizing every single European country. As the saying goes, you are what you love, and the road to self-discovery still has a long path ahead. Thank you to my teachers, who have been stupendous educators, brilliant mentors, and taught me the importance of walking through another person's shoes. Thank you, Class of 2028, for being the best parts of my greatest memories, and for demonstrating countless acts of kindness and courtesy every single day. And thank you to my locker for protecting me against arthritis and preventing me from carrying my backpack all day.
As we present the certificates to the class of 2028, I'm going to ask that you please hold your applause until the end of the class. Vincent Edward Abbey. Sydney Alati. Vivian Allison. Sophia Lillian Alonzo Tell. Graham Altier. Joseph Luke Arnold. Gabriella Arisi. Maya R. Batu. Henry Shara Badnaga. Samir Bomare. Noah Aiden Xavier Rose. Mateo Kane. Theo Chauty. Vincent Chen. Rowan Xander Connick. Brady Cripps. Nathan Denal. Baron Dye. Lewis Andrew Dye. Julian Edwards. Daria Golikov. Kaylee Gong. Joseph Guo. Olive Victoria Paul. Claire Autumn Hill. Anders Xiao Feng Yan. Cyrus Mine. Nicholas Johnson. Andrew Michael Jones. Emma Elizabeth Johnson. Krisha Danila Hataman. Anna Kowalski. Boris Kinney. Gabriel Copel. Avery Peter Lee. Mackenzie Lesh. Devin Lee. Olivia Lynn. Joshua Chianzo Lowe. Liana Lopez. Ronak Mahajan. James Ellis Maloney. Lawrence Maloney. Asha Rain Maloney. Julia Seema Maru. Mark Lawrence Mason. Claire McCarthy. Addison Marie Medina. Avery Elizabeth Medina. Gabrielle Mendelson. Andrew Robert Mary. Eva Helen Mary. Rylan Nifson. Tegan Murphy. Rohan Nadella. Kenneth Onway. Turf Patel. Lexington Rich Purdue. Luke Polis. Belle Roberts. Nolan Roy. Andrew Michael Rumke Jr. Sahil Satyakru. Anya Ravish Shah. Miriam Shadikar. Leah Shi. Daniel Allen Solis. Anna Sterling. Claire Steve. Landon Matthew Sims. Jude Sutton. Fume Sun. Maya Thompson. Ella Sauer. Danny Uriel. Augustia Sai Bide. Surya Bide. Alexandra Linnea Vaughn. Layla Alexis Waller. Esther Jiang Wang. Mason Xiuyan Wu. Sammy Wertman. Claire Rose Zeiger. Jet Zhang. Mitch Zoomer. The class of 2020.
Thank you all for being here, joining us in celebrating this class. Empathy is a quality we often talk about as being a desirable trait in young people. I could argue is fundamental to simply being kind to people, which is what we expect from our kids. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's walking around in another person's shoes, feeling how another person feels as they experience the world from their viewpoint. I think it's pretty difficult for any person to do, let alone a middle schooler whose journey during these years is more about finding themselves while starting to realize just how complex the world is. This group of kids, your children, I have observed how unique they are. They are empathic towards each other. They have a way of being with each other that is accepting and understanding. I remember this instance where a student came to me to make a case for why another student should not get consequences for something that they did. I was taken aback, actually, by the way one of these students advocated for their classmate. It was genuine, and it was with exceptional reason. Now, I won't say whether or not their advocacy influenced my decision, but it did influence the way I looked at this class. I had one of their coaches tell me how the teens in our middle school learned lessons throughout the season and were very supportive and encouraging of each other. They accepted their teammates regardless of their skill level. As best as they can, this group sees each other for who they are, and they appreciate each other. Last Friday, the entire 8th grade went ice skating. Everyone got on the ice. They were picking each other up when they fell, helping each other tie their skates, patient and supportive of each other. The staff at the chiller commented on how fantastic the kids were that they just met. On the bus ride home, the bus driver said she never had kids like ours in 23 years of driving a bus. She said she did not have to share her expectations with them. The kids just knew the right thing to do. The kids just knew the right thing to do. You can only teach so much. You can only model so much for children. You can only tell them so much over and over and over and over and over again. There has to be something inside of them grown in their short life experiences that knows the right thing to do. And our hope is that in all the moments or in the right moments, that characteristic that matters so much when being with other people and in community like a school, empathy will be the right thing they choose as their default. Much of that has to do with all the adults we see in the room. I commend parents who are always in partnership with the school, who communicate with the school, who share your beliefs, your values, your opinions, your expertise with the school. We thank you for that. And your kids are a testament to how you are. Our faculty, who I say each and every day, it's a labor of love for them. They're with your children through the ups and downs of the school day, the high moments, the low moments, the high energy moments, the low energy moments, and they come every day offering their best. Offering their best. On behalf of the middle school faculty, I just want to congratulate this class for being unique, special, and as a teacher and I were talking in the reception earlier for the 8th grade, I said, this group of kids are just nice to people. They're just nice. And their teachers all say that often about their children, that they're just nice. We look forward to seeing you, visiting us. We hope you will. You come into Mr. Henry's room and have some tea. Make sure you clean up the tea. Come down by Ms. Castle's room, Ms. Seymour's room, Mr. McHugh's room, Ms. Keating, Ms. Rosnick, all of the teachers you have. I could just go on and on. We hope to see you again, class of 2028. And we thank you and hope that that uniqueness about you, that way you have about yourselves with other people, that you'll remember that. You'll remember that throughout your time here at Columbus Academy and in life. So again, on behalf of all of the faculty, parents, we want to thank you for being here. And to the class of 2028, thank you again.